Good morning, friends. Up to now, we have discussed basics in control system. Now, we are going to start signal flow graph, and also we will discuss about block diagram reduction techniques in this topic. Let me introduce about myself once again. My name is Vishnu. Since 10 years, I am teaching control system and power system across the country. I trained more than 50,000 students. Please subscribe to my channel and share to all your friends. And also don't forget to press bell icon. Okay. Now let me start the signal flow graph. After discussing signal flow graph, we will discuss block diagram reduction techniques. Now, even though we completed basics in control system, then what is the necessity to study signal flow graph and block diagram? If you see transfer function calculation with respect to network analysis and with respect to mathematical systems and with respect to signals and systems and with respect to control systems, in all these transfer function calculations we have used integrations and we have used differentiations and we used linear algebraic equations, and calculation time also increases. We have used more mathematics in case of basics of control system. If you want to eliminate all this mathematics and if you want to get the solutions very simple in the form to calculate transfer function, simply I am introducing two techniques in control system. One is signal flow graph, second is block diagram reduction techniques. What is the purpose of signal flow graph and block diagram reduction techniques? To reduce the mathematics like integrations and differentiation and linear algebraic equations. We simply use signal flow graph and block diagram reduction techniques to determine transfer function between cause and effect, where cause and effect is also called as input and output of the system. I hope everybody is clear. Now, let me explain one more thing. When there is a simple block like this, once input of the block is known, output of the block is known, it is very easy to determine transfer function of this block. Let CYR equal to G. Let assumption one more block is connected cascade to previous. Let's say one block gain is G1, another block gain is G2, and this is output, this is input. Right now, how to determine transfer function between cause and effect or output and input? As these two blocks are in cascade, transfer function is C by R equal to G1 and G2. That means still calculation of transfer function is simple when even though there are two blocks are connected. Suppose complicated circuit is given like it is G1, sorry, complicated diagram is given G2 and this is one loop, this is second loop. At the time we require interrelation between the blocks. When we require interrelation between the blocks in order to calculate overall transfer function, at the time transfer function calculations will become complex. We require more mathematics. In order to reduce the mathematics, simply we need to relate all these blocks either in cascade or parallel. For that, two techniques will be introduced in control system. One is signal flow graph, another is block diagram reduction technique. Simply what I can tell you finally is, whenever their complex diagram is given or complex circuit is given, if you convert that complex circuit into signal flow graph or else block diagram, we need to interrelate between all the blocks in order to determine overall transfer function between given input and given output. At the time, in order to reduce mathematics to calculate transfer function between output and input, we are using simply two techniques to get the transfer function. One is signal flow graph, other is block diagram reduction techniques. First, we will understand signal flow graph. Second, we will understand block diagram reduction technique. Now, somebody may ask in interview, please explain the difference between signal flow graph and block diagram reduction techniques. Dear friends, in signal flow graph, we are representing the system as in graphical representation form by using nodes and branch gains to represent linear algebraic equations, where nodes are nothing but voltage and current source in the circuit, branches are nothing but resistor, inductor, capacitor in the circuit. Whereas block diagram representation is is a shorthand pictorial representation between input and output of the system. What is the meaning of shorthand pictorial representation? Let me give you a simple example. Suppose, dear friends, before releasing any movie, the entire team of the movie is celebrating pre-release event. In that, they are simply releasing teaser of that movie. In the teaser, they will explain complete information about the movie, but briefly, but not deeply. That is the meaning of shorthand pictorial representation of that particular movie. Similarly, the block diagram reduction technique also is kind of that. It is also just explaining in entire system in simple form, that is shorthand pictorial representation form. Signal flow graph is used to represent only linear systems, whereas block diagram reduction technique is used to represent both linear and non-linear systems. In case of signal flow graph, we are using Mason's gain formula to determine transfer function between output and input. But in case of block diagram reduction technique, there is no direct formula is available to determine transfer function. As it is, we are using Mason's gain formula, therefore it will give solution in one step, but there is no formula in block diagram reduction technique to determine transfer function. Therefore, we need to calculate transfer function block diagram just step by step. As we are using Mason's gain formula, it is a systematic method. As there is no direct formula in case of block diagram, it is not a systematic method. Now you have a question, sir. Which is superior? Signal flow graph is superior or block diagram is superior? There is no sense of this question. Signal flow graph and block diagram both are explaining about system information between input and output of the system. Both the systems are containing essential information about the system. Both techniques are containing essential information about the system, and there is no meaning or there is no sense superior to, no one is superior to each other, right? Signal flow graph is graphical representation, block diagram is pictorial representation. As these two are different representation, we can't say which is superior and which is lower, because both are different representations. If both are same representations, we can say which is better. As both are different representation, both techniques are having essential information to represent about system, therefore there is no sense or there is no meaning which is superior to other. I hope everybody understand. Now let me start about signal flow graph. Just now I have explained signal flow graph is a graphical representation by using nodes and branch gains to represent linear algebraic equations. Dear friends, this is resistor, inductor, capacitor, and all these three are connected across AC voltage source. Let's say this is AC voltage source, voltage and current. You know, dear friends, voltage and current both are independent. Those are represented by nodes in case of signal flow graph. And resistor, inductor and capacitor, all these three elements are dependent on the voltage and current sources. These are represented by branch gains in signal flow graph. I hope everybody understand. Now, how to represent signal flow graph by using linear algebraic equations? I will explain it a simple example, then we will move according to that. Okay, before going to explain that, let me discuss what is meant by input node or source node. Input node or source node. A node which is having only outgoing branches is called as input node or source node. A node which is having only outgoing branches, there is no incoming branches, then we can say it is source node or input node. Output node or sink node, how to discuss. A node which is having only incoming branches, then we can say it is output node or sink node. At this node there is no outgoing branches, all branches are incoming. then that particular node is called as or referred as output node or sync node. And basically, what is mean by node? You have a question, sir. Node is nothing but sum of incoming signals to it. Node is nothing but sum of incoming signals to it. Or we can say node is a variable. Simply it is sum of all incoming signals to it. Now another definition, mixed node or linked node or chain node. Here itself the definition, here the name itself it is having definition. A node which is having both incoming as well as outgoing branches, then we can call it as mixed node or linked node or chain node. Let us assume, dear friends, it is a node. In this case, there are three branches. From this node, all three branches are moving away. That means which are all outgoing. Hence, it is called as input node. A node which is having all incoming branches, then we can say it is output node. A node which is having only outgoing branches, that is input node. A node which is having only incoming branches, that is output node. In this case, all branches are incoming to this node. A node which is having both incoming as well as outgoing signals. If you see here, it is a branch, it is one more branch. In this case, it is input node. Why? Because from this node only outgoing branches are there. And this is the node, it is only having incoming branches, hence it is output node or sync node. But if you see middle node, this is the node, one branch is incoming, from this node another branch is outgoing, therefore this is called as mixed node or linked node or chain node. And one more thing, a node which is, what is mean by node? Node is a variable, it is simply sum of incoming signals to it. Let's say this is x3, now it is y12, y23, y34. Sum of all incoming signals, x3 is equal to sum of all incoming y12 plus y23 plus y34. Is simply is nothing but a node. Node means sum of incoming signals to it. I hope everybody understand what is input node, what is output node, and what is node and what is mixed node. Now let's go to forward path. A path which starts at input node, starting point is input node, ends at output node, ending point is output node. It starts from input node, ends at output node. In between, whatever the internal nodes are present, those nodes are not repeating more than once. Then only we can say it is forward path. A node which starts at input node, ends at the output node, along which no node is repeated more than once is called as forward path. Loop. A path which starts and ends at the same node, then we can say that is called as loop or individual loop. In case of forward path, starting point is input node, ending point is output node. But in case of loop, both starting and ending point are same point, same node. Then we can say it is loop. And what is Mason's gain formula? Mason's gain formula is summation k equal to 1 to n m suffix k del suffix k upon del, where n is number of forward path, m suffix k is path gain of kth forward path. Suppose in place of k 1 is present, that is m1. m1 means path gain of first forward path. In place of k there is a 2, it is called m2. What is m2? Path gain of second forward path. In place of k 3 is present, that is m3. Then we can call it as path gain of third forward path. In place of k, if it is 4, it is m4, that is path gain of fourth forward path. Similarly, what is del k? Del k is determined from del by removing touching loop gains to kth forward path. Suppose in place of k, we can take it as 1, then it is del 1. Del 1 is determined from del by removing touching loop gains from first forward path. Del 2 is also determined from del by removing touching loop gains to second forward path. Del 3 is also determined from del by removing touching loop gains to third forward path. Del 4 is also determined from del by removing touching loop gains to fourth forward path, and so on. Del k is determined from del by removing touching loop gains to kth forward path. This is the in general discussion. And how to determine del? Del is determined as 1 minus sum of individual loop gains, or simply sum of loop gains, plus sum of gain product of two non-touching loop gains next minus sum of gain product of three non-touching loop gains plus sum of gain product of four non-touching loop gains minus sum of gain product of five non-touching plus and so on. That will be ending according to given signal flow graph. I hope everybody understand this simple basics. Already in basics class we will discuss in detail. I will go today. Okay, let's start a simple question. Draw the SFG. What is the meaning of SFG, dear friends? Signal flow graph. Draw the signal flow graph by using the given linear algebraic equations. Okay. Now let first equation is x2 is equal to a12 x1 plus a32 x3. x3 is equal to a23 x2 plus a34 x4. x4 is equal to a24 x2 plus a34 x3 plus a44 x4, where x1 x2 x3 and x4 are considered as nodes which are voltage and current sources. a12 a32 etc. are considered as branch gains. Branch gains are nothing but resistor, inductor and capacitor. Now dear friends, how many nodes are given? They are given 4 nodes. Node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4. First node I am writing x1, x2, x3, x4. In the first linear algebraic equation, x2 is sum of these two signals. One is a1 to x1. That means from x1 to x2, the branch gain is a12. Now this is called path gain. This a12 is called as path gain, also called as transmittance. This path gain is always only in one direction. This path gain is always only one direction. Therefore, we can also call it as it is unidirectional. I am repeating once again. A12 is called as path gain, also called as transmittance. It is always only in one direction. Therefore, it is also said to be unidirectional. Now, another one to x2 from x3. What is the gain? A3 to x3. That means from x3 to x2, the branch gain is A32. This is always only one direction, that is from x3 to x2. This is also called as path gain or transmittance, which is always unidirectional. Now, dear friends, if you see here, node is nothing but sum of incoming signals to it. Now tell me, to node x2 how many signals are incoming? Two signals. One is a1 to x1 plus a3 to x3. Nothing but first equation we got. I hope node is clear everybody. Now go to second equation, second linear algebraic equation. 2x3 from x2, one branch gain is coming, that is from x2 to x3. What is the branch gain is given? A23. From x4 to x3, another branch gain is given, that is A43. Okay, second linear algebraic equation also completed. Now let's move to third linear algebraic equation. 2x4 from x2, what is the branch gain? A24. That means from x2 to x4 directly without touching x3. The branch gain is A24. From x3 to x4, what is the branch gain? A34. That means x3 to x4, the branch gain is A34. From x4 to x4, that means x4 to x4 without touching any internal node, it is called as self loop. That means there is no internal node, starting and ending point is same node, then it is said to be self loop. This is the signal flow graph for the given linear algebraic equations. I hope everybody clear from this concept. Now let me discuss one by one. What is input node? If you observe this node, this is the node, only outgoing branches it is there. Therefore, this is called as input node. And if you observe here x2, x2 is the node which is incoming and this is outgoing, and this is also incoming, this is outgoing. It is combination of incoming and outgoing. x2 is called as mixed node. And x3 is one more node. For this it is incoming, it is outgoing, it is incoming, it is outgoing. It is also combination of both incoming and outgoing. This is also called as mixed node. But let's move here. Let this node, it is incoming, incoming, it is incoming. Self loop, always you please consider it as incoming, right? Don't ask doubts here. I will explain some more things. Please concentrate some more time. I will give you clarity. It is incoming, 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 but this is outgoing. Therefore, it is also mixed node. In this signal flow graph, only first node is input node, remaining nodes are mixed node. But already I told, any system have certain input and it will give output. In this signal flow graph, there is no output. When there is no output, we can connect a branch gain of unity. It is very important. We can connect a branch gain of unity so that we can create an extra node. Let assume the name of the node I assumed as x5. Whenever you connected a branch gain of unity, the overall system gain is multiplied by either this one or divided by this one. Gain is remain same, there is no changes. Therefore, whenever output node is not given in signal flow graph, please consider a branch gain of unity wherever you require a output. Then we can create a output node so that that system have output as well as input. I hope everybody understand. Now x5 is the node. To this node, only incoming branches are there. Therefore, this is treated as output node. Okay. Now, what is mean by node? What is input node? What is output node? What is mixed node? These four definitions are completed. Now, let's come to forward path. What is the definition of forward path? I said a path which starts at input node, ends at the output node, along which no node is repeated more than once. Then we can see this forward path. Now a path which starts at input node, that means x1 is the input node. x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. This is one forward path. x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. This is one forward path. It is started at input node x1, ends at output node x5. And internally, how many nodes are there? x2, x3, x4. These nodes, these three nodes, any node is not repeated more than once. Therefore, it is valid forward path. And one more thing, dear friends, from this x1 to x5, as all these branch gains are in cascade, therefore multiply all these branch gains, that is a12, a23, a34. This a44. This a44 is the branch gain of this loop. Okay. Now this is the forward path gain. What is the forward path gain? a12, a23, a34. This is the forward path gain. Now, is there any other forward path? Yes, one more forward path is there. That is from x1 to x2, then x4, then x5. x1, x2, x4, x5. A path which starts at input node, that is x1, ends at output node, that is x5. Internally, how many nodes are there? Two. One is x2 and x4. These two nodes are not repeated more than once. Therefore, this is also one more forward path. What is the gain of the path? Simply just all the blocks are in, all the gains are in cascade. Multiply that gains, you will get the forward path gain. What is the forward path gain? A12, A24. A12, A24 into 1 will be the second forward path gain. Okay. Now, dear friends, I explained right now what I have explained. Input node is x1, output node is x5. Then we have discussed all these things. Okay, now whenever input node is x1, output node is x5, we have discussed three forward paths, right? Now I am changing combination of input and output nodes. Let me see what will happen. Okay. Why I am erasing all these things is to explain the same slide. It will be better easy to understand it. Okay. Now let move. Let input node is x1. Output node. Let's say I am connecting a branch gain of unity at x3 node. Let us assume it is x6. Previously connected branch gain of unity at x4 that I am assuming output node. Right now I am assuming one more branch gain of unity at this node, so that I am assuming this new node is x6. Right now x6 is the another output node. Now we need to calculate number of forward paths between input and output node. What is input node? X1. What is output node? X6. Previously input node is x1, output node is x5. We got two forward paths already just now explained. Right now from x1 to x6, how many forward paths? x1, x2, x3, x6. This is the one forward path. x1, x2, x3, x6. It starts at input node, that is x1, ends at output node x6. In between x2 and x3 not repeated more than once. Therefore, it is forward path. What is the gain of the path? Just cascade all these things. That is multiplying the gains. A12, A23. One path is completed. Is there any other path? Let's see. x1, x2 and this arrow is opposite direction, therefore it is not forward path. Let's see another direction. x1, let me change the color for better understanding. x1, x2, x4, in this direction if you come, this is opposite direction, it is not a forward path. x4, x3, x6. If you see here, starts at input node x1, x2, x4, x3, x6. It is also forward path, correct? x1, x2, x4, x3, x6. Input node is x1, output node is x6. In between either x2 or x4 or x3, not repeated more than once, therefore it is also called forward path. What is the gain of the path? Just multiplying the gains. A12, A24, A43, A12, A24, A43. This is another forward path. See dear friends, even input and output nodes are changes. Number of forward paths, once again we got only two forward paths in this case also. Let move to another combination. I have taken branch gain of unity at x4 and x3. Right now, I can take a branch gain of unity at x2. Nobody will stop me. Let's say this is another output node x7. Right now, input node is x1, output node another output node x7. Right? Like this, I can create number of output nodes by simply connecting branch gain of unity. There is no mistake at all. Now, from x1 to x2, how many forward path? x1, x2, x7. x1, x2, x7. It starts at input node, ends at output node. Internally, x2 is not repeating more than once. Therefore, it is forward path. What is the gain of the path? Simply A12. This is the path gain. Now, let me discuss, dear friends. Somebody may think, sir, x1, x2, x4, x3, x2, x7. It is one forward path. No. Why? Because started at x1, moving to x2, and x4, x3, once again x2. That means node x2 is repeating more than once, therefore it is not comes under forward path. Now what we have to understand is As input node and output nodes are changes, number of forward paths also changes. In previous two combinations, number of forward paths is 2. In present combination, number of forward path is 1. Our conclusion is, as input and output nodes are changes in forward path, number of forward paths also, as input and output nodes are changes in signal flow graph, number of forward paths also may change. Therefore, forward paths always depends on input and output nodes. I hope everybody is clear. I think everybody understand also. Okay. Now let's take same signal flow graph. Let me change the color so that it will be clear to you. This is x1, this is x2, this is x3, this is x4. Let's say this is x5. And what is the branch gain is given? A12. What is the branch gain? It is A32. What is the branch gain? A23. What is the branch gain? A43. What is the branch gain? A34. And this branch gain is unity. This is A24 and this is A44. Okay, this is the signal flow graph. So far we discussed forward paths. Now I am came to loops or individual loop. A loop which starts at a loop which starts or a path which starts and ends at the same node, along which no node is repeated more than once, is simply called as loop. Let me explain how many loops are present. A path which starts at x2 moving to x3, then once again ending at x2. This is called as loop. Now what is the starting node? X2, then x3, then x2. Starting node is x2, ending node also x2. Internally what nodes are present? X3. This x3 is repeated more than once? No. Therefore this is valid loop. What is the gain of the loop? Just multiplying the gains. What is the gain? A23, A32. This is the first loop. X2, X3, X2. It is A23, A32. This is the first loop. Second loop. What is the second loop, dear friends? X3, X4 and then X3. What is the gain? A34, A43. The loop gain will be A34, A43. This is second loop. And what is third loop? Self loop. That is A44. It starts at x4, ends also at x4. Starting node, ending node is same, but internally if there is no node, that is called a self loop. Now this is called a self loop. This is third loop. Okay. Is there another loop? Yes, there is one more loop. If you observe clearly here, it starts from x2 coming to x4, then x3, then x2. I will write here. It is starting from x2, moving to x4, moving to x3, from x3 to x2. This is the loop. What is the gain? A24. This will be A43. This will be A32. Now what is the loop gain? Loop path is x2, x4, x3, x2. Starting x2, ending same node x2. But internally x4 and x3 not repeated more than once. What is the loop gain? A24, A43, A32. There are 4 loops. I hope everybody understand. Now dear friends, what I need to explain here is, I am selecting a branch gain of unity at x3 node. Let's say it is branch gain of unity. Let it is output node is x6. Previously what is output node? X5. And what is input node? X1. Right now I am changing input and output combinations. Input is x1, output is x6. What is the number of loops? See, this is the first loop, there is no change. This is the second loop, there is no change. This is the third loop, there is no change. This will be the fourth loop, there is no change. That means even input and outputs are changes, number of loops are remains 4 only. Let assume I am changing one more color for better understanding. Let connect a branch gain of unity here. Let's say it is another output node. Right now input node is x1, output node is x7. How many number of loops? This is the first loop, no doubt. This will be the second loop, no doubt. This will be the third loop, no doubt. This will be the fourth loop, no doubt. That means what we have to understand, number of loops are remain same, even input and output nodes are changes. What is my conclusion is, whenever input node and output node combinations are changes in signal flow graph, number of loops remain same. It does not change. Only forward path change. Therefore, it is very important point to note all of the students. What is my first statement? When input and output nodes are changes in signal flow graph, forward path, number of forward paths also may change, but number of loops are remain same. Therefore, forward paths always depends on input and output node, whereas loops are independent on input and output node. I think everybody is clear. Now, if you go one more discussion, two non-touching loop gains. This is single loop. This is another single loop. First and second loop. First and second loop will have a common node, that is this node. Whenever two individual loops having a single common node, then we can say these two loops are touching. What is the meaning of two non-touching loops? When there is no common node between two loops or two individual loops, then we can say those two loops are non-touching. When there is no common node between three loops, we can say three non-touching loop gains. When there is no common node between four individual loops, we can say it is four non-touching loop gains. I hope and so on we have understand everything. Okay. Now, what is delta? Delta is equal to 1 minus, sorry, delta equal to 1 minus sum of loop gains plus sum of gain product of two non-touching loop gains minus sum of gain product of three non-touching loop gains and so on, plus 4 non-touching minus 5 non-touching and so on. Whenever input and output nodes are changes in signal flow graph, number of loops are remain same. That means sum of loop gains is same, sum of gain product of two non-touching loop gain same, sum of gain product of three non-touching loop gain same, which means delta is completely depends on loops. Whenever loops are remain same, even though input and output nodes are changes, delta also remains same. For the diagram, even input and output nodes are changes. I hope everybody understand. Even input and output nodes are changes in one diagram. The delta is remain same for all the questions. Even input and output nodes are changes. Why? Because the delta is depends on loop gains. That you will understand by solving more number of questions. I hope everybody clear. And most important point what I have to tell is, let's say this is the gain G, which is called as path gain or transmittance. It is in between two nodes. Node x1 is called as input node. Why? Because it is outgoing branch. Node x2 is called as output node. Why? Because it is incoming branch. Now x1 is defined as input node, x2 is defined as output node. Dear friends, this is a self loop. This self loop is considered while calculating transfer function on the defined output node, but whenever self loop is there on input node, please don't consider this self loop while calculating transfer function on the given input node. Or simply what I can say is, while calculating transfer function in signal flow graph, self loops are not considered on the defined input node, whereas self loops are considered on the defined output node. Please remember this. Okay. I think everybody understand. Now we will solve certain number of questions. Okay. Let first question. Transfer function of the given signal flow graphs is, SFG means signal flow graph. Let's say input is R, branch gain is A, this is B, this is 1, this is minus 1, output node is C. What is Mason's gain formula? Summation k equal to 1 to n m suffix k del suffix k upon del. First calculate n. What is n? Number of forward paths. How many number of forward paths between input and output? There is only one. N is replaced by 1. Therefore, we need to substitute only k value as 1. That is m1 del 1 upon del. Okay, it is simple. What is m1? Gain of the first forward path. There is only one forward path. What is the gain of the path? A into B into 1 will be AB. M1 also completed. Immediately calculate delta. Delta is 1 minus sum of loop gains. How many loops are there, dear friends? Only one loop. What is the gain of the loop? Minus B. There is no two loops. If you want to calculate two non-touching loop gains, therefore delta is completed for this particular question. Now delta 1 is same as delta or delta 2, delta 3, delta k, whatever it is. All delta 1s, delta 2, delta 2, delta 3, anything is calculating from delta. What is delta? 1 minus minus b. Delta 1 is same as delta. Up to now everybody clear? Then how to calculate remaining thing? Delta 1 is same as delta by removing touching loop gains to first forward path. To this forward path, how many loops are touching? This loop is touching. Therefore, remove that loop gain. Hence, delta 1 is 1 minus 0 or simply 1. Suppose delta 2 is there here. How to calculate delta 2? Delta 2 also same as calculating from del by removing touching loop gains to second forward path. Delta 3 also same as del by removing touching loop gains to third forward path. There is only one forward path and one loop. To this path, the loop is touching. Therefore, simply remove that loop gain and that value is 1 minus 0. Now, M1 is AB. Del 1 is 1 minus 0. Delta is 1 plus B. What is the answer, dear friends? AB upon 1 plus B. I hope everybody understands the solution. Now, another question. This is node X. Let's say it is A, it is B, it is 1, it is Y. Minus 1, minus 1. Calculate transfer function between input and output node. What is output node? Y. What is input node? X. Transfer function is Y upon X. First we need to calculate delta. What is delta? 1 minus sum of loop gains. How many loops are there? 2 loops. What is the first loop gain? Minus A. Second loop gain? Minus B. 2 loop gains are completed. Plus gain product of 2 non-touching loops. But these 2 loops are having a common node. Hence these 2 loops are said to be touching loops. But we want to calculate 2 non-touching loops. As there is no 2 non-touching loops, delta is completed for the question. How many number of forward paths? There is only one forward path. What is the gain of the path? A into B. To that path, we need to calculate delta 1. What is delta 1? Delta 1 is same as del. What is del? Simply copy this value here. Minus A minus B. This is the value of delta 1. Now delta 1 is same as del. By removing touching loop means to first forward path. To this forward path, this loop is touching, this loop is touching. Whenever I am saying loops are touching, remove that loops. Therefore, simply answer is AB upon 1 plus A plus B. There is only one step. If you calculate more number of questions, slowly you will understand all the things. Is it okay? Now let's move to another question. This is the signal flow graph. Determine transfer function. What is output? Y. Input X. First denominator. What is denominator? Del. Del is 1 minus sum of loop gains. How many loops? This is the first loop. What is the first loop gain? Minus A. This is the second loop gain. What is second loop gain? Minus B. What is third loop gain? Minus C. Sum of individual loop gains completed. Plus sum of gain product of two non-touching. Which loops are non-touching? First loop, second loop, both are touching. Why? Because it is a common node. Second loop and third loop also touching because this is a common node. but first loop and third loop does not have a common node. Hence, these two loops is said to be two non-touching loop gains. Now, what is the gain product? First loop gain is minus A, and then third loop gain is minus C. Gain product is completed. Then sum of another two non-touching loops. There is no another two non-touching loops. Delta is completed. How many number of forward paths? One forward path. What is the gain of the path? A into B into C. To that path, all loops are touching. First loop, second loop, third loop. To this path, all loops are touching. Therefore, I am removing all these loop gains. Simply it is 1 minus 0. This is nothing but del 1. This is nothing but M1. This is nothing but delta. See, only one step. I think everybody understanding my points. Let's move to another question. Input node X, branch gain 1, branch gain A, branch gain B, branch gain C, output node is Y. First loop, second loop, third loop. Let's say this is one more. What is the transfer function? Y by X. Y is the output node, input node is X. How many loops? 1 minus. First loop gain minus A, second loop minus B, third loop minus C, fourth loop is present. Let's see. D minus 1 minus 1 minus 1, hence so minus D is the four loops, four single loops. Which loops are non-touching? This first loop and third loops are non-touching. That is gain product of the minus A into minus C. Delta is completed. How many number of forward paths? Two paths. One is this one. What is the gain of this path? A, B, C. To this path, first loop, second loop, third loop and fourth loop, everything touching. Therefore, simply remove all these loop gains. That is 1 minus 0 plus. Summation means plus. Formula is summation k equal to 1 to n. Mk delta k. As n is 2 here, therefore, it is m1 del 1 plus m2 del 2. Like m2. What is m2? Second forward path gain or path gain of second forward path. What is the path gain of second forward path? D. To that path, what is delta? 1 minus first loop touching to this path, first loop touching, therefore A is replaced by 0 minus second loop non touching to this path, second loop non touching, therefore write as it is. Third loop is touching at this point 0, remaining all are touching, therefore answer is ABC plus D into 1 plus B upon 1 plus A plus B plus C plus D plus A into C is the overall transfer function. Okay, in case of basics, we have used so much of integration, so much of differentiation, so many linear algebraic equations, so many Laplace mathematics, but in this case no need. Only one single step is enough to calculate overall transfer function. This is the advantage in case of signal flow graph and block diagram. I hope everybody understand. These are the simple questions. We will discuss more number of questions in the next session. I hope please review the basics before going to start next session. Thank you.